When I made this base plate, I made it in a way in which anything I wanted to display will look and blend well with it. I've shown my clone army before, but today I've decided to take all the LEGO minifigures that lean more towards the medieval theme. Medieval fantasy has always been appealing to me, and yes, The Legend of Zelda has a lot to do with it. When I was growing up, I would buy sets that I liked regardless of the theme. Now as an adult, I mostly like to collect Star Wars, but I still lean towards sets that look appealing to me, like the medieval house, the Viking village, or the treehouse. Needless to say that I have a good amount of figures from this, let's call it an era. Just from the sets that I bought over the years, I have collected a few knights and soldiers. But the story is that many years ago, I bought my cousin's LEGO collection from him, and from that, I about doubled the figures that I owned at the time. Then more recently, my brother-in-law gave me his LEGO collection, and he had a lot of these old vintage castle figures that I wasn't around to see on shelves. There are a lot of different themes and years represented in here, and I love that they all look, blend, fit together quite nicely. I'm sure that my younger self will have gone crazy looking at this army put together. I want to take a closer look at some of these figures. I know that a lot of people are going to either find some of these very nostalgic or see them for the first time. Either way, it should be interesting. I know that the people that are into castle love building armies of the different factions, so at least I try to reorganize this by theme and look-alike armors to make it more pleasant to look at. I also want to mention that a lot of the figures here are mixed, and some are my custom characters, but I think that this is part of what makes LEGO so unique. So let's get started with it. The Wolf Knight has always been my favorite from this knight's theme. Funny enough, it was the last one that I got, because I could never find the set that had him. From this section, I also want to show my custom assassin, and my Blood Elf from Warcraft. One of my favorite themes has got to be this fantasy castle era. I love it because it has so much variety on the minifigures. There were skeletons, humans, trolls, dwarves, and they all were like different factions. And this reminded me of Warcraft and Lord of the Rings quite a bit, and that's probably why I loved it so much. Moving on, I have this figure almost complete. I just have to look for the correct head. I feel like these Vikings are actually pretty rare. They came on a Viking ship that I honestly haven't seen much people mention at all. Then I have these ninjas and samurais. This is one of my favorite sections. I have to say that the samurai minifigure has been one of my all-time favorites, and it's really cool to have a few of them now. With the LEGO that my brother-in-law gave me, I made an old school looking Link. I also have my favorite childhood minifigure. I always loved these Roman looking helmets. Now I see that they are like from a dragon faction, which make them even cooler. This one in particular came from the collection I bought from my cousin, and he had mixed and matched it, and I added the cape later on. And yes, he's wearing Grievous's cape, which is super expensive, but I painted it when I was a kid. I love how the old castle themes have characters like soldiers, but they also have these wolf packs that are basically bandits. And I love the idea that you can gear them up as they steal things from the soldiers. Having knights, bandits, soldiers, farmers, even a magician, it all adds to the world building of the theme. And I love that the old can be mixed with the new, and it works so well together. Now we also have trolls, skeletons, dwarves, Vikings, whatever you decide to add, and it gives people a chance to build diverse fantasy worlds for mugs or for kids to play with. I definitely think that what we have today is an improvement on every way, but it doesn't take away the charm of the old figures. I'm glad that my enjoyment of LEGO hasn't really faded up, which has given me a chance to see, enjoy, and appreciate all the different eras. I hope y'all recognize some of these figures and bring back good memories. But for now, this is all I have to show today. If you're interested in seeing more LEGO content, I will really appreciate it if you subscribe to join this chill community that we are creating. But well, I'm Beyond LEGO, peace out.